Hello, beautiful person. I'm really glad you're here. Welcome back to Becoming Her, a series about confidence, relationships, travel, and becoming the woman you know you're capable of being. Think of this as your daily big sister reminder, the things I learned the hard way so you don't have to. And today we are talking about something that's often misunderstood: how you present yourself. Not in a superficial way, not in a dress better way, but in an identity way. Because how you show up externally is often a reflection of how you see yourself internally. So, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, the way you respond, and the way you enter the room, all of it is influenced by what you believe about yourself. If you believe I'm not that important, I'm lucky to be here, I shouldn't take up too much space, you'll present yourself smaller, not because you're incapable, but because your identity tells you to. And identity is powerful. In my previous job, I often felt very small because I was surrounded by many people that were very confident and strong, and I considered myself as a person that wasn't as confident. I often liked to step aside and don't engage in conversations and don't share my opinions because I just felt like my opinion is not important. I could see that because of my actions, people would treat me differently and they would see me as someone small and incapable of doing things. So you don't present yourself based on potential, you present yourself based on belief. If you believe you deserve respect, you speak differently. If you believe you deserve love, you date differently. If you believe you deserve success, you move differently. And the opposite is also true. When your self belief is shaky, your presentation becomes hesitant. You over explain, you soften your voice, you question yourself mid sentence, you look for reassurance in someone's face, not because you lack intelligence, but because your inner narrative is uncertain. So, self respect doesn't form randomly, it forms through repetition, through childhood feedback, through relationships, through environments that either expanded you or diminished you. Because you were prized only when you were quiet. Maybe you were valued only when you were helpful. Maybe you were noticed only when you performed. So you built an identity around being acceptable instead of being authentic. And now you present in a ways that match that identity, even if it no longer serves you. So as a child, I was always told to be quiet when the adults are speaking, or I was told not to express myself too much, because I was told that people are watching and people will be talking about me. I was always told to behave in a certain way that everyone wanted me to behave because I was always told that people are watching me and they're judging me. I need to be acting in a way that's acceptable for everyone. That really made a lot of damage to me in my adult life because now I feel like I can't express my opinions because what if people will judge me? It really took me a while to start this podcast because I just felt like if I start speaking about something, I will be judged, and you know, it's not easy, and I'm still very like I still get stressed and nervous when I talk about certain topics, but I thought like that maybe if I don't do it, I will regret it in the future. So I just started doing what I've been thinking about for a very, very long time. So the shift isn't about pretending to be someone else, it's about updating your identity. So instead of thinking, I hope they like me, you think, I like who I am. Instead of thinking, I shouldn't take up too much space, you think, my presence is valid. And that internal shift changes your posture, your tone, your boundary, and your standards. Presentation isn't performance, it's alignment. So growth might look like speaking a little slower, not apologizing before you even begin, holding eye contact calmly, saying your opinion without cushioning it excessively, dressing in a way that feels like you, not like approval. These are subtle changes, but subtle changes compound because every time you present yourself in alignment with who you are becoming, you reinforce that identity. And identity builds confidence faster than affirmation ever will. So gently ask yourself, how do I currently see myself? And how does that belief show up in how I speak, move, and respond? If I fully believed I was worthy of respect and love, what would change? Let the question sit. Becoming her isn't about reinventing yourself into someone artificial. It's about stepping into the version of you that already exists underneath fear. She doesn't present herself as a shy person, she doesn't overcompensate, and she doesn't over-explain her existence. She shows up aligned, not louder, not more dramatic, just more certain. And certainty is powerful. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take a deep breath before you move on with your day. Your presentation isn't about impressing others, it's about reflecting who you're becoming. You're not behind, you're becoming. Thank you for listening once again, and see you tomorrow.